Oh, much better. Good morning, Annick. Good morning, it's Thursday and today we start out with the A7R II, but we're gonna switch that over for the A6500. Much lighter camera and much cheaper. So let's see how that camera performs in today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Now, if it doesn't come in the mail, I absolutely hate unboxing videos, so let's do this really fast. So, box. Open the box. A lot of stuff inside the box. Loads of paper. And the hidden treasure. And a nice little pouch for the lens. Oops. And done with the unboxing. And this is a much smaller camera, of course, so let's switch over to this camera. And welcome in today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Now, today we are filming with the A6500 from Sony. And this is a huge difference. Now, the A7R II is an amazing photography camera. And it's an amazing video camera. The only thing is, because I use it for photography, I use the grip underneath. And trust me, that's heavy. So there are two batteries in there, you have the grip, and of course the 24-70 G Master 2.8, which is already a pretty heavy lens. So I have to hand hold this like this to film for you guys. Now, the A6500 is a very capable camera. Its great autofocus functionality is great for video. And today we're gonna test this out. And today we're even using a different lens. So we're now using the 16-70, that's the kit lens. But with Sony, the kit lenses are actually pretty good. So nice wide range. And the cool thing about the camera, and compared to the A7R II, is that both cameras are best shot in Super 35. Meaning on the A7R II you use a crop. And this camera is of course a crop camera. So there's no difference in video. Let me explain it simple. Normally when you use a 24mm on a crop camera, you will see a different image than if you use a 24mm on a full frame camera, because the center is cropped. Because we're shooting video in Super 35, the lenses will actually perform the same on the 6500 as on the A7R II. So that's going to be a very interesting test. Today we have a very busy schedule. We have to film a video for some outdoor gloves for photography. We have a visit from Frank from Wacom. Same name, and he's going to show us all kinds of new products. And of course we're going to do a live broadcast for Digital Classroom to test out if we don't have that annoying audio delay anymore. So join us in today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. And when I switched from the Mac to PC, somehow I lost all my iTunes playlists. So, well, we have to wait for Frank from Wacom, so that's a good time now to start building those playlists. Because when you do exercising outside, it's cool to listen to a podcast now and then, but music helps a lot more. So let's start up iTunes and let's start some music. Great workout music. You really collect a lot of music over the years. And I had this perfect playlist. Really perfect. And I don't know what's on it anymore. So we're just dragging some music over there, and whatever I miss I can always put in later, but oh my. Just to give you an idea, we actually digitized all our CDs and we had a lot of those, so oh my. You see the problem I have? I have to find out all the songs that I like for on the playlist. Yep. I think this will be a several days project. And again, these are all the CDs, so this is all legal, guys, don't worry. There we go. I wish it was that fast, but let's continue. that was fun, but I have to finish it another time. Maybe it helps if I don't listen to the songs before I copy them. So now we have something really cool. We're gonna film a video for these gloves. And well, if you're in a colder climate, photography gloves are very, very important because, well, it keeps your hands warm, right? Very logical. But these are a little bit special. So we're gonna make a video of this, and of course we're gonna do that outside. And it's not that cold outside anymore, but we're still gonna make it look cold. Camera, gloves, action. Now this is actually how we fake being in a forest. Or it's not really a forest, of course, because as you can see, we're next to our building. And it's actually just a small, well, area with some trees. But if you zoom in close enough, it looks like you're in the forest. Well, not really, but at least it works a little bit. Because it still takes about 45 minutes before Frank from Wacom is here, we decided to do the live broadcast now. And it's not a planned broadcast, so it's just a test. And we're going to do some of the Q&As that we actually planned for this episode. So let's set everything up and go live and test if our settings are now correct, because that frustrated the heck out of me. Okay, now I'm not easily frustrated, but this is about the limit I can take. So we wanted to do a quick live broadcast for you guys with some Q&As, and we are incredibly struggling with our internet. So there's one solution, and that's actually tethering to my iPhone, but I don't want to do that because with T-Mobile we do have unlimited data, but only 5 gigs, and then we have to get one more and one more and one more, and that's all free. But the stream will actually take about 6-7 gigs, so that's no option. So what we actually try to do, and I'm going to show you, is we have this 4G modem from KPN, which is now actually here, and it should have great connection, because if you open up the web browser it actually does. But this is what we see now. Just a blank screen. I tried everything, direct connections, whatever, and guys, these are the areas where my expertise stops. Everything should work and it doesn't, and it frustrates the heck out of me. So we're trying to reset everything again, and then, well, first we're gonna do the appointment with Wacom and the interview, and then we're gonna try to go live. Oh man. So we're almost ready to do the interview with Frank from Wacom. Hey Frank.
Hello.
So he's from the Dutch Wacom, and he just brought me a lot of goodies, and we're going to show you that after this scene. But first, Anouk is trying to figure out how to film us. So Anouk, how are you doing?
Okay.
Okay. So we have to do the interview now, guys, and after that we're going to look at what Wacom brought us, and I already tell you, it's cool. Okay, for now I gave up on the internet. We're going to try that in a moment, of course, because we have mail. And today we have a package from our friends from degreef and partner, and let's see what's in there. Okay, I really have to find a solution for getting my camera here and opening up packages. So we're gonna ask Anouk to hold the camera. What's in the box? Maybe we call this segment What's in the Box? You want to know what's in the box, or should I keep it a secret? Nah. There we go. Now, this is something that's very, very cool for what we want to do with the vlog, because I always sometimes film stuff with my iPhone. When a car passes by, like you saw in yesterday's episode, I can of course let Anouk film that, but it's way better to just put your iPhone somewhere and just press record, pass the iPhone, and then pick it up again, if not somebody else does that for you, of course. And this is a Gorilla Pod, and it will actually hold your iPhone. And the cool thing is with this, you can actually clamp it on some stuff, or you can make weird angles. So this is way better than a normal tripod. It's really small, and I'm really gonna use this a lot for my iPhone and the vlog. So really cool. And it's from Joby, so you know it's great. Okay, so we have the GorillaPod. Absolutely love this. I already have a few for normal cameras. And this is actually the holder. Yeah, I really need something like this for my phone. And this is the holder for the iPhone. So let's connect it and see how it works. And you can move this up and down for your iPhone. Let me see where my iPhone is. There we go. Great. Love it. Oops. Okay. And this is the nice thing about the GorillaPods. You can literally move it in any direction. And of course you can also use the feet to put it on a stand or whatever. So it's a really cool tripod. And if I don't use the upper part, I can of course also use it for my camera. So let's try that very quickly. Okay, so now we connected the Sony 6500 to the GorillaPod. Now I have to be honest, the 6500 is I think on the limit of what the GorillaPod can take, because, well, it's not as flexible as with your iPhone, but we also have this GorillaPod. Now what a lot of people don't realize is that this little thing, where you actually connect your camera to, can come loose. So you can actually put it underneath your camera just like a normal quick connector, and then just slide it on and you're done. So GorillaPods without any doubt great. Now I also found a solution for framing, because as you can see now, I know exactly when I'm in the frame or when I'm out of the frame. Now, how did I manage this? Because the A6500 doesn't have a flip-up screen, right? So we found something that works. I'm going to show you now. This is a mirror, and what I have beneath the camera, or behind the camera, is actually also a mirror, and that mirror is aimed at my screen. So now when I have a setup on my desk, I can actually see the camera, but I can also see my screen. So I know exactly when I'm in the frame, and I know when I move around, and if I come too close to you guys or too far away. So really handy. So if you do some vlogging, you need one mirror and just place it behind your camera, and you can see exactly how you appear on the screen. And it's even, because it's mirrored, my right hand is actually my right hand. So that works pretty cool. Okay, so now I still have to fix the freaking internet, and that drives me nuts. So if you can see some gray hairs over here, it's probably from the internet. So if somebody's listening there, providers of internet, call us, please, because this is getting ridiculous. Now the problem is what we have at the moment. I can't make any connection with my cable. I can make a connection with Wi-Fi, but the cable doesn't work. So we're now trying to reset everything again and see what's going on, because it did work, but it doesn't work anymore. So that's next on the agenda. But first, turn off the camera. Now, of course, part of the vlogs you also walk around in your studio like this. And you have to make sure that you constantly see how your framing is. And of course, here I can use the mirror also. But I can also very quickly move around my camera or move it back. Now, normally when you hold your camera in your hands, that can be a slight problem, because it isn't comfortable. Now, with the Yobo GorillaPod, I actually use it like this. Oops. And now you can see that I actually have it on my hand, like some sort of stand. And this was not something that I thought of, but Casey Neustat actually thought about it. And he was, according to himself, the first who did it like this. And it works absolutely awesome, especially with the GorillaPod, because you can bend it any way you want. So that's another tip for using the GorillaPod while vlogging. So we got a connection, and we even got a ping. And I got a speed test page error. Oh, there we go, connecting. Now, why is this so difficult? Come on, we have a 4G modem, we have everything working. This is driving me nuts, guys, and you know, maybe tomorrow it will work, but I have to get it working now. Okay, just shoot me. I reset for the maybe 10th time, and there we go. So now we have stable download of 46 and a stable upload of about 40. I kid you not. I love computers. This is just freaking disturbing. But, you know, it works. We're fine. We're gonna do the live broadcast in a few moments. Yeah. So much fun having all this stuff. Hey, we're done with the test broadcast from Digital Classroom, and actually we now have no audio sync on the hard disk recording, so I think it will actually be better now next time we go live. And we had a lot of interaction from you guys, so thank you so very much for watching, guys. That's really awesome. Love that interaction with you guys. Oh, and don't worry, guys, I didn't forget what I promised about the Wacom product, so we're gonna pick them up now from the room in front of our studio. So if you want to know what we got, join us. Join me, actually. Let's first clear up this mess. Okay, a lot more room. Let's start with this box. Okay, so this is the Cintiq Pro. And let's see what we have in the box. So we have the Cintiq Pro, and this is of course the new 13-inch. And the nice thing about this one is it also has legs on the back, so really nice. And of course we have the new pen, which I can't take out at the moment. Always when we do this kind of stuff, something goes wrong. Of course the power. And the pen, as you can see here, that's the pen. Now why doesn't it want to come out? There we go. This makes the unboxing experience so much more fun for you guys to watch. Come on. Okay, are there any tools to take the pen out? Oh. Ah. Yeah. Okay, so we have the pen, and this is also the new pen, of course, with 8,000 points of pressure, which is absolutely insane and very, very secure. And some other stuff inside. We have all the cables, and of course oh yeah, this is so professional, guys. So here we have the stand for the pen. And this is one device that a lot of people have been waiting for. The Wacom Link. So with this, you can actually connect it to your computer and make sure that it works like a Cintiq. So this is also for computers who don't have USB-C, by the way. So if you have USB-C on your computer, you don't need this. But this is for the guys who don't have USB-C. And of course all the cables are in there. So really cool box. As long as you can talk about a cool box, of course. But this is on my agenda, cool box. So let's turn everything back in and look at the other product. And put the pen back in and make sure that this part stands up, because it was way easier to get it out if you know how it works. Yeah, oh, this is so cool. Okay, there we go. So that's how it's supposed to work. Okay, so that's the Cintiq Pro. Absolutely love this product. It's very similar to the Mobile Studio Pro, only now there's no computer inside and it has stands. So let's look at the other product. Now talk about packaging. This is absolutely beautiful. So this is the Wacom Intuos Pro Paper Edition. And it folds open like this. If it would be an Apple product, you would pay $1,000 for this only for the look. Isn't it amazing? Wow. Okay, so let's see what's inside. Okay, this is part 1. So, could be art on the wall. Let's put it there for a moment. And let's take out part 2. Oops. Don't destroy the box. There we go. And this is part 2. Okay, let's see what's in those boxes, because that's of course what you guys want to know. It's supposed to make that sound. Okay, here we have the Intuos Pro Large. Now I'm not somebody who likes the large displays. I normally go for the medium ones, but this looks absolutely stylish. Wow, look at this. You don't see the bezels anymore. It's really, really nice, high quality stuff. I love those hard keys. Now, a lot of people will go like, okay, you can use a Surface Pro or whatever kind of product, but these keys, trust me, those keys make the difference, because this is so much easier when retouching. Okay, it looks really nice, really flat, beautiful design. So this is absolutely stunning. And of course, we have the same pen holder, and this pen comes out way easier. So the same 8000 pressure sensitivity pen. Nice. Okay, but this one is special, and special in a good way. So let me close down the box. Put it here. I hope you guys like these unboxing stuff. Again, this is not normally what I do, but for these products I make an exception. Now this is the cool part. You know that people love to draw on paper. And what you actually see here is paper. Yes, believe it or not. And over here, this is where the magic is. There's nothing in there, Frank. No, but look at this. You see there are pouches here for pens, because you get another pen. This pen, and this is a normal fine line pen, as you can see here. So normal pen. Now comes the magic. This clip. What you can now do is you can use this clip and actually connect it to your Wacom and put paper on there. And I'm going to turn the camera. I'm going to explain to you why this is such a big deal. Now, as photographers, we are very picky about gear, right? We want to have a certain camera or iPhone or whatever in our hands, and it has to be the perfect fit for our hands, for how we operate it, how we move around the surface. So for example, my iPhone, I want really smooth, but on my Wacom, I like that tactile feel. I like that feeling of that I touch paper, right? And I'm not a professional artist. I'm not a professional drawing artist or painter. What I do is photography, and even with photography, I'm already very, very like, okay, I like the form factor of this, but I would like, you know, you want something that doesn't only take great pictures, but also feels right, because it's something you do all the time. Now, for me, a camera is just a camera. It's something I make my images with. However, if you're a drawing artist, there's so much more. And a lot of people claim like, okay, I have this beautiful paper kind, and when I draw on it, it really feels nice, and the Wacom comes close. And Wacom listened. So what they now have is with this clip, I'm going to show you that very quickly. So with this clip, you can actually connect paper any kind of paper to your Wacom, and you don't need to be powered up. You have to make sure that this one is charged, of course, or the Wacom is charged, or let me find it out which one has to be charged, because I'm now telling you guys stuff and I see that there's no charging input here, so it should be the Wacom. And you can now just draw on paper with this normal fine liner. So now you have that real tactical feel of paper, and you can draw, and you can use your own paper. You can even use toilet paper if you want. So any kind of paper, you can just put it on your Wacom and you can draw on it. Now comes the cool part. I hear you go like, yeah, Frank, but why can't you just draw on paper, get your iPhone, take a high resolution shot, import it in Photoshop, and you're done? Why? Well, let me put it this way. In digital art, what we love to do is create three-dimensionality. Think about it, right? If you look behind me, everything is now sharp because I'm shooting on a small aperture. If you want everything in the back to be out of focus or blurry, I can actually change this. Let me change this very quickly for you guys. And now everything is in focus because I'm on f22. But when I do this on f4, the background will be slightly more blurry. Now, of course, I'm shooting on a 17mm on a crop camera, 16. So it won't be really blurry, but I hope you saw the difference. Now, when you draw digitally, you can work with that difference. For example, you can make the background more blurry compared to your foreground. Now, in digital art, what you can do is paint your figure on layer 1. Paint your background on layer 2. If you draw on paper, you don't have that luxury. Now, if this would be only a clip to put paper on your Wacom and draw, it would be okay. It would be like a gimmick. It would be cool, a gadget. But you can press a button and it creates a new layer. Now imagine this. You draw your foreground. You press a button. Now you have a new layer. And you draw your background. It's all sharp on paper. You press the button again. You have a third layer. You start filling in some details. Press the button again. You start adding some more in the background. Now you are in Photoshop and it opens it all up as vector-based graphics. So in other words, you can change the size and you can do whatever you want with it. But because it's on different layers, you can now actually start blurring that background layer. And you don't have to do anything more in Photoshop. It's already done. So you can do a lot of work on the road on paper, on your favorite paper. And then in Photoshop, finish your art piece with your layers. So this is really cool stuff. And again, I'm not an artist that draws, but I'm going to experiment with this weekend. And I'm going to tell you guys on Monday, no, not on Monday, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, what I think about it. Okay, so for today, that's behind closed doors. I'm now going to edit the stuff for you guys. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like what we do, subscribe to our channel. And of course, make sure you tune in next time. And next time will be tomorrow. Because tomorrow we have a sold out workshop, classical lighting. And that's a really cool workshop. Don't you just love the packaging on this stuff? I would buy it just for the packaging. Wow. Really, really cool.